Buenos dias, buenas tardes. Today we're going to take some notes. I highly recommend that you do these on paper instead of on your iPad, especially so that you don't have to be splitting screens. If you need your notes to be on the iPad, then perhaps take a picture of your notes afterwards and then put those in whatever folder you use notes for. So today we're going to talk about verbs in the present tense in the first person singular, which is I. La primera persona singular, yo. One of my friends told me that they call these people who always talk about themselves, yo-yos. Okay, so as we all know by now, but it bears repeating, that most verbs in the Spanish language are regular. What it means for a verb to be regular is that in order to conjugate it, all you have to do is take off the infinitive ending, A-R-E-R-I-R, and add whatever ending matches the subject or the person who is doing that action. We know, of course, also that in the yo form of the present tense, in order to communicate that it is I who am doing an action, once I take off that infinitive ending, I simply add the letter O. The most common verbs, the most important verbs in any language are irregular. That's because they don't tend to get regularized as other verbs evolve over time because we use them so much. So these are 10 of the most common regular verbs. So pasar, to pass or to spend time with. Deber is should. Llegar, to arrive. Creer, to believe or to think. Vivir, to live. Quedar, to stay. Quedarse, reflexive, would be to keep yourself somewhere, to stay home, for example, like me. Llevar, to bring or to wear. Dejar, to leave alone, like to let something be, to leave something behind, or to allow something to happen. Existir, of course, to exist, and cambiar, to change or to switch. If you did not recognize or remember any given verb, I want you to add it to your personal vocabulary list. Por ejemplo, yo vivo en casa con una familia interesante. Muchas veces cuando llego a la habitación de mi hijo Graham, él está limpiando algo porque le gusta y le dejo seguir. Right? I live with an interesting family. That's a euphemism. Sometimes when I arrive in my son's room, that's him right there cleaning his drawers. He's cleaning something because he likes to, and I allow him to continue. Your turn. Feel free to pause me at any time, by the way. But I want you to write 1 or 2 sentences in Spanish that use some of these verbs in the yo form, especially if there is a verb that you did not recognize or remember. For example, dejar, I think, is one with which you have less practice. These should be sentences that connect to your own personal life. So pause this video, write a couple of sentences, and then continue. Okay, sometimes there are verbs that do not end in O, but rather in oy. Ser, estar, dar, and ir are 4 of the most important, the most common verbs in the Spanish language. We must gain mastery over these verbs. My picture is soy milk. Get it? Por ejemplo, yo soy una persona bastante feliz, pero estoy especialmente feliz cuando voy afuera para trabajar en mi jardín. That's it. That's my little garden. Isn't it cute? Your turn. Te toca a ti. Escribe 1 o 2 frases en español que usan unos de estos verbos en la forma yo. Deben